just taking up space. I wear my confidence so wide. I feel the same, but you can't tell. I get it, you're one sugar. We waited and see if you might meet the real me. Really don't know me.
No, you don't.
Alone but not lonely.
Sometimes it's hard to see.
If you don't know me, you should get to know me now.
Should get to know me.
You should get to know me now.
Should get to know me.
Still making my case. You wonder if I just leave with no trace. I wear my crown, but you know I'm down. When you need me, I'll be around. I get it, you're one sugar. We waited and see if you might meet the real me. If you know you, like I know me, we can be somewhere in the middle to figure it out. You don't care, but anyway, really don't know me, really don't know me. Oh, lonely, but no, I'm good. If you don't know me, you should get to know me. 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 You should get to know me now.
No, you don't. No, you don't know me.
So we are on the eve of the big storm, Kinsman.
Yeah, the big storm.
You
Frankie
in
McDonald's
this
been telling
storm.
us about this for days now.
Yeah.
He's getting us prepared for what do we call it here? The big
snowstorm.
storm of 2025. It's coming
Snowstorm.
in.
What do you mean? What do you
Well,
call it?
it's a storm.
called a
It's
snowstorm.
no, they've got silly names for it, like snowpocalypse and
Only
you
you
know
have that, Kinsman.
Snowmageddon is tomorrow.
Okay, you call that if you live in Toronto, but in
Wow.
Timmins we call it a Wednesday. Okay,
It's just a normal
You
day.
haven't seen a downfall
People
of
are out there
snow?
posting that they're going to be shutting down tomorrow.
Who?
In preparation. Well, there's some posts out there saying
Well,
that
we
they're
told
shutting
Ronnie
down the
we're
businesses.
not shut down. He's
We
coming into work.
get here. Yeah,
Yeah.
We'll get the dog sled for Ronnie to
Remember
get
last
here
year
for
he had
tomorrow
to
night
use his snowshoes to get here.
He did.
I sure hope he has that pair.
Yeah, start shoveling. Wake up a few hours earlier.
Yeah.
And shovel. Yeah, we'll be here. But hopefully tomorrow, I don't know, will it be as bad as they're
Why is-
forecasting?
I'm curious about this. So we've gone through plenty of snowstorms, right?
Yeah.
We've had snowstorms this year.
Well, ones that last like 48 hours.
You're in the office all day yakking about this snowstorm. Even you, like, why is this one any different? Is
Well,
it
it's because Frankie McDonald, when he expresses interest in these storms, this is one to take note of. Remember the last one he took note of? That was the ice storm. It was pretty bad.
I talk with Frankie every day. He tells me about a storm there.
does
I even get a personal, his siren. I even get one of those once in a while.
You get his personal
I do.
siren.
Yeah.
Well, will it be as bad? They're calling for what, 2 to 5 centimeters every
Ooh.
hour
Okay.
tomorrow. 25,
Yes,
30
ma'am.
centimeters. Will it fall as snow? It's quite mild today,
Don't-
but again, we're going to be
Don't
dipping
ever
down
go
into
to
the
a Bills
minuses.
game then if you're scared of this.
No, I
you would be blowing. They would blow the tariffs right off you down there.
It wouldn't be a
And then
terrific
another
night,
topic you're yakking my ears off about the tariff.
The
I didn't know-
tariffs.
You're so political these days.
Am I?
You're following every politician now, eh? Who'd you vote for, kids?
Politicians and
Yeah.
see what's up there.
Hey, listen, we're all standing strong behind Canada.
We are.
I said last night, the good thing that's coming out of this is that we're getting a little more patriotic, which are
People
some
buying
spiritual-
Canadian products.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting stat. Pulling this one out. I was reading this today. If we all just spent on the weekly grocery bill $50.
Yeah.
Every time you go to the store on Canadian products, it works out to be like $39 billion.
You know what Madonna said? Papa, don't
$39
preach it.
billion.
You know, today you walked across the street barefoot. I'm like, why? You said, well, my boots were American, and I
boots
just
are
banned
American.
them.
That's it.
Did you get a nice Canadian wolf boot? Or?
Canadian wolf boots.
Good for you.
Yeah,
Canadian.
they're,
Mine were already Canadian, so I was prepared for this.
Mine are duckbill boots now.
I doubt it. Okay, enough of these shenanigans. Let's talk about this great prize, and then we have such an amazing guest here
Yes,
tonight.
Sparks Pizza. Another chance to win $100 to Sparks Pizza. Tim and Lisa Jameson, 206 3rd Ave down the street from us. An amazing March special. They've got a mint chocolate shake.
Ooh, you almost said the S word. You almost said the S
they've
word.
got a mint chocolate shake in preparation of Shamrock. What is that? St. Patty's Day.
Yeah,
Coming up. So they've got some new eats, new pizzas, a potato-based pizza.
These are your lines, Ken.
Yeah.
You're about to look at me and say
No.
line. I'm
But Sparks
By
Pizza,
the way,
yeah.
speaking of lines, and I know you don't want me to, but we have two whiteboards here tonight.
Yeah.
A beautiful one from our guest, and then another one. I'm taking a side-by-side picture tonight.
You're gonna take a side-by-side
and I'm gonna ask
pic.
people which one you made. I'm not going to
Well,
make fun.
I don't know.
But
I don't. I'm not out doing a PowerPoint
Well, I'm just
presentation
gonna
like this
ask.
young lady is.
Maybe they'll vote that you made the most beautifulest one. Who knows? Anyways, enough.
Mine is for a 45-minute
Enough
segment.
of our shenanigans. We have an amazing guest. Who's here, Ken?
Yes, we do. Joining us, Studio 67 tonight to talk about the March in March next Thursday night at Hollinger Park. Naomi Fletcher is in studio.
Hello.
There she is.
How are you doing?
Good.
The jokes are pretty bad over here.
It's okay. I love
Pretty,
it.
pretty,
I love
pretty
it.
lame.
They are
Yeah.
pretty late.
Well, it's rated PG, so
It
could
is
be worse.
It is a PG platform. Are you, before we get into what we want to discuss tonight, are you worried about this storm, or it's just another snowfall in Timmins to you?
just another snowfall.
Yeah.
Just another day in the
Yeah,
north.
like a Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday. Yeah, put on the extra mitts, get up a few extra minutes earlier, and
Now,
shovel.
I am with
Yeah.
Rob and Alan, and I get the reason why we may be a little bit worried is because we want the sun's out. The sun's out, guns out, Kinsman.
Yeah.
Since
Well, it was
we're-
nice today. It was 7 degrees this afternoon.
That we're getting closer to spring, I guess this snowfall's a slight disappointment.
Well, it is. But some are saying this is the last hurrah of winter.
Okay.
So after this storm, which starts tonight, they say could last till Thursday afternoon.
Okay.
It will be the last snowfall.
If we don't shut him down, he'll be talking about the
We're going
weather.
to be talking
the
weather.
whole.
We'll bring Frank McDonald back on.
So you have just a beautiful event that you've planned in March.
Yeah.
And let's just start from the beginning. Maybe just tell us what it is and what it is for.
So I wanted to do a march to raise awareness around certain issues that not only Indigenous people face, but non-Indigenous as well. So, for example, like homelessness does not discriminate. Sex trafficking, it does not discriminate. Going missing, being murdered, freedom of speech, like everybody struggles with that. It's not just Indigenous people, it's non-Indigenous people as well, but I want to bring the two together and really work towards that reconciliation and working together and not having so much division. And we see it all the time. We open up our Facebook and you see the discrimination and the division with the community. And it's just kind of time to put that to rest and work together and create change that's needed. So it's about igniting the light inside of every individual and delivering hope and understanding. As well, I included the 7 grandfather teachings, which is wisdom, respect, love, courage, truth, humility, and bravery. So it's really about focusing on those things and working together to create change, because if we don't work together, then what are we doing?
So March 13th,
That's next Thursday.
6 p.m.
Hollinger Park.
at Hollinger Park.
Yeah.
And a tradition like a march. A march is, I always find like it's a little bit different than a protest. You can correct me. A march is people uniting together to stand beside something they firmly believe in.
Yeah.
which we firmly believe. And there's a whole bunch of things that you want
A lot
people
of topics.
to stand together.
A lot of topics.
To make a big voice about.
Right. One is, and your first bullet point, missing and murdered Indigenous people.
Yep.
So I was having this discussion with someone a couple days ago. Anyone who's missing, so I'm going to focus right on missing, in the community deserves equal attention. I personally find there's a big difference between when someone who's Caucasian's missing and someone who's Indigenous is missing. That's my own personal opinion. I find if you're Caucasian, you get more attention.
Yep.
Now, I don't know why that exists. It's my own personal notice.
Systemic racism.
Is this part of your thinking when it comes to missing and murdered Indigenous people to be the voice for them? Is this, if I'm marching and if I care about this, am I thinking this through correctly? Like, if I want to be the voice for people who are missing, people who are murdered, I think we should be doing more for these individuals. I want to join the march. Am I on the right track?
Yeah, for sure. So like I said, it's about coming together, right? And non-Indigenous people do get a lot more attention when it comes to being missing or murdered, and it's a sad reality. And it's been happening for hundreds of years. And people are still going missing every day. Even in Timmins, I see it all the time. I mean, we see it all the time. And again, it's about like really coming together and bridging that gap.
In your event post, which Ronnie's going to share the link, this event isn't just if you're Indigenous. This event is open to the public.
Yeah, non-Indigenous
And
as well.
You could firmly believe, and you can also be educated on what's happening. Protection for the children, the youth and the elders. That's another thing that some people are aware of what's happening with our government in terms of, residential schools and how they're trying to find some reconciliation. But I don't think we're anywhere close to reconciliation.
No, we're not.
And does it come through, is a positive step a discussion? And, when you're marching with people who have same ideals or who are learning about what's happening, is that a good focal point where a discussion can start?
Yeah, definitely. So even for the march, like, I'm going to be welcoming people to share their stories, because it's about educating the public and everybody about these issues. And just like for an example, for protection for the children and the youth, it's still going on to this day, and it happened recently up north on a reservation where there are some people driving around in a white van going to houses and trying to take the children away, posing as children family services workers. It's still happening. And they're allowing people to get away with it. There's just so much. Like, this is a topic where we could have probably
hours
a month
of
of
conversations.
show. When we had the privilege, Mark, if you remember, when we went to Moose Factory. And
Great community.
Beautiful community, opening, like, beautiful people. They're so welcoming. And you look like they don't have paved roads. This is a town in Canada, in Ontario, our own province, and they have dirt roads.
Dirt roads, not cleanliness, and the water drinking, situation.
The water.
And again, the simplest of things that you and I take.
The price of groceries.
Granted.
And when you go there, like, there's not a lot of complaining about it, because they figured out life is not about, they deserve all these essentials. This is not where I'm going. I'm saying, like, they figured out life is about, like, taking it one step at a time. Like, they're just beautiful people. But they don't have the basic necessities that here we complain about our roads and our potholes, and I get it. But they don't have paved roads in Moosonee and Moose Factory.
No, they don't.
Lots of time they don't have clean drinking water. A case of water is like $30.
Yeah, the prices were absurd.
And that was probably, I don't know how long ago you went up there.
We were there in August, and it's probably gotten worse.
Even in some places, depending how far north you go, I've had people tell me that no name brand water, up to $100 for a case, a 24-pack, $100 for a case of water. And these people, the communities are already going through a crisis. They don't have clean drinking water, and here you have people taking advantage of that and profiting off of it. And that's not okay.
No, not okay at all. And again, that's where all these voices need to come together, and those watching saying, you know, maybe I should, you know, take part in this march. Have these marches happened before? And the answer is no, because you're spearheading this march here in Timmins, trying to get the word out there to have others, you know, join the march at Hollinger Park. But if someone watching from another community wants to have the same march, you're trying to get the word right across, you know, resonate through our audience tonight.
Yeah, because again, it's about coming together, and every community has their own struggles. And I would love for other communities, other towns to have their own march. And not only that, but the 13th is a total lunar eclipse. So it's a great time for people to come together and really focus on creating that change and also seeing something that is historic.
And even, once again, if you're not Indigenous, and I'm starting to learn a little bit more, a couple ways. One, personally, my wife is Indigenous, so she's educated me. And we've had the privilege of working, you know, with yourself, with Quilts for Survivors, with the Native Friendship Center.
Yes,
so,
a lot of great partnerships.
Patricia Valentine. So we've had a lot of great opportunities. And just want to go back to this thing like a Moosonee. There's a lesson to be learned on how to live life. So when we had this awesome fellow, he drove us around town, and I was really obsessed, like the roads and the conditions. And he's like, just hold on, like you got to enjoy what you have. You know, what we do is we put in a good day's work, and then we enjoy coming home and having dinner with our families. We're outside, whether we're trapping or we're hunting or we're fishing.
And cheering on their favorite hockey teams, like they've got the NHL spirit on their garages.
They're going to go on those Leaf
well,
things.
No, there was a lot of Leaf, pride up there on the coast.
There was
a lot of
there was
NHL pride on their garages, windows, you name it. They're hanging the flags.
Well, I wasn't going down that road, but what he told me, yes, they do want paved roads, and yes, they do want better water, of course, and they deserve that. It shouldn't even be, do you want it?
Well, the thing is, we just had an election. Every election says, okay, we're going to be promising this. Now, when is that day going to come where they're going to...
Let me tell what I learned, Kinsman?
Well, when they're going to, fix that.
But
right?
my point is, what I learned, he goes, we focus on that, but we don't let that control us. We appreciate the things that we have. Where that was a good learning lesson for me to take home.
And
I was
it's
an eye opener.
Yeah,
it is.
If you notice too, when communities are going through those struggles, like when there's an emergency declared for like whether it's suicide or clean drinking water and stuff, like it brings the community together. It brings them together, and they become stronger because of that being unified.
And, I see a lot of people mentioning Appowataskat, which is also like deplorable drinking water conditions.
You should see their water pumping station. It's a joke.
So if you are personally affected, or if you care about any of these issues, which I'm sure you do, or you want to learn more about these issues, this is why the march is so important. So it doesn't matter what walk of life you're in. March the 13th, 6 p.m. Hard to read your whiteboard, Kinsman.
Oh, you can read my whiteboard.
I'm looking at this great one over here.
Naomi's whiteboard. We're going to do this side by side.
Side by side. But I think
ours is for Studio 67. Hers is for the PowerPoint at Hollinger, because when you go to Hollinger, trying to get up to speed on what the March is about, these amazing whiteboards are going to be all situated throughout the park, where people can get educated on what the March is all about.
Yeah.
So, if you care, if you want to get educated, if you're affected, if you know someone affected, this march is for you.
Yeah, and like I said, everyone is welcome, and I already know people from all different walks of life that are going to be there. So, for example, whenever I'm out, if I see someone who's homeless or whatever, like I'll assist them, but then, I have that conversation with them, and I'm telling them, hey, I'm doing a march, and they're like already spreading the word on the street. So you have people on the street that are going to be there. Hopefully we will have some frontline workers that are going to be there and support, and just people in leadership. I'm hoping to see some people in leadership there and supporting us too, because that's what we're going to need. We need everybody to come together, because the more people that are there, the more impactful it's going to be, and the more of a difference it's going to make.
I've seen, the talk about residential schools. People talk about how that carries on from generation to generation. So even if you weren't a residential school survivor, and your mother was, or your grandmother was, you carried on a lot of those traits because they came back with significant physical and definitely mental abuse.
Yeah.
And so people weren't well enough to take care of their family due to the abuse that they received, which carried on to their children, would carry on to their children's children. It's generational.
Yep.
So when I hear comments online said, well, just get help. You know, just let it
It's
go.
not as easy
It's-
as
because
one to say.
It's easy to
find
say,
help. Yeah.
and we say it all the time on this show. Like Mark and I lived we lived privileged lives. You know, we grew up in good homes. We had good, stable homes we were taken care of. So it would be easy for us to say, you know, just get over it, which we don't. But if you haven't walked in, what's the walk in the shoes?
You haven't walked in those person's shoes.
It's so deep to understand.
To understand what's going on
the
in someone
effect
else's life.
that it's had on the Indigenous community. It's huge.
Yeah, and stuff like that is still happening to this day. I mean, again, going back to systematic racism, it's alive and well in Timmins. If you look back at 2018, within 24 hours, 2 Fort Albany members who came down for medical attention got killed. And a proper investigation wasn't done.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you one thing, and I do agree. If anyone goes on Facebook, they could see some fairly ignorant comments. But I honestly feel, and we have an opportunity to speak with a lot of people in this community, that's just a small tip of the iceberg, because for one ignorant person I know 100 people that are willing to help. Now, they may not be vocal, and these aren't the type of people that go, hey, I helped you, give me credit. So that's a great thing about our community. We've seen it over and over where someone needs help, people in this community come forward. We've seen it so many times on this platform where people watch the show have helped people who've come on the show for help.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's the great thing. Yes, racism still exists. You know, Will Smith always said, racism's still there. We're just recording it now.
That's it. You're seeing it more
But
online.
I would swear to God that in our community, for one ignorant person, we have 100 great people. It's unfortunate.
The good outweighs the bad.
Oh,
It's hard to want to do the good things when you know that there could be consequences to it.
Yeah. Well, it is very true, but I still think we have a lot of brave, and I see bravery's a piece on your board. We do have a lot of brave people that will stand up. God, you have so many great things to talk about.
Yeah, and again, all these topics are, again, for the Indigenous and the non-Indigenous. Again, you don't have to be status to, take part in this March in March,
Yeah.
as it affects us all. In
One
many
of
ways.
the bullet points you have on there is talking about the suicide crisis. So tell us a little bit your thought around why adding this to the march.
It's really important to add it into the march. So you know that I have background working with youth, and pretty much every youth that had come for services were suicidal or were self-harming. And a lot of it has to do with the lack of mental health services. The youth that come from up north down here for services like bullying is a big factor. Drugs and alcohol in the home, different types of abuse. So all these things are connected and they coexist within one another, and people need to speak more about it. And the more we speak about it, the more willing people who are thinking about killing themselves will come forward and be like, hey, I'm struggling. So it's about creating that safe space where people will want to talk about it, because it needs to be talked about. If we don't talk about it and sweep it under the rug, it's not going to get better.
No, it's just going to build on the problems. And again, maybe the lack of services, the lack of professional health care that should be out there that's missing. This is where your March in March could maybe spread the wings for people to get services.
It's
Yeah.
such a
And bring them into
complicated
the
and
cities.
Everyone deep down, it's pretty rare that someone wants someone to suffer. That's pretty rare. Most people deep down or high down.
They want to help, they just don't know how to help.
They want to help people or
Yeah.
see people be healthy. We just have different perspectives on how we should do that. And there's a lot at play, right? It's crime rate, protection of personal privacy, of your property, safety of your family. There's so many things in play here. And these are all true, realistic things to be concerned of. Sometimes when you see folks that are in a crisis, you know, if I need help, I can raise my hand, and I know I have friends and family that
would back
will
you
pick
and
me
help
up.
you out.
And you know, I'm going to say what I say a million times. I've asked for help. I've lost count. So I have great people I work with. No, Ronnie. I have great business partners. I have great family. I have great friends. I have great support in the community. Some people have none of that. It's hard to get yourself out of bed every day and ask for help when you got no one cheerleading you, supporting you,
And to give you that extra
advocating for you.
boost.
That's a big
And like
difference.
especially as a youth, and especially when you're surrounded by parents who are struggling with addiction or mental health issues themselves, but also not all the youth have parents to lean on and to ask for help. And not only that, but these youth, they could ask for help over and over again and nobody listens and they just give up.
Yeah, and sometimes giving up is end of life.
Yeah.
Actually, many
And
times
this is what we're trying to
giving
prevent.
up is end of life.
This is where we need these voices to speak out and to let these people know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel.
And that you're not alone and you're
And you're not alone.
you're not the
No.
only one going through it, you know? And it's about building that connection. And
How many times have you said, like, I just need a small win in life? And sometimes not everyone's the same, but sometimes like you just need that small win. Something to go right after a series of bad, just to pick
Looking
you
for
up.
that luck to change.
Yeah,
that
it's either luck,
little
it's-
bit of hope.
Yeah, that's right. But there's so many things against them, and you know, like what Mark said, the lack of professional service and medical care.
Oh, the cuts in professional services.
Like those are all negative things, but the march is a positive thing, to give an opportunity for people to bond together. And who knows, you know, maybe if you're someone who needs this assistance, you might meet someone that could be your support or provide you with some resources to get support, because there are great organizations in this community that will support people.
Yeah,
I just
there-
don't think they're as well known.
Yeah, there is a lot of support, but there's also a lot of lack of support as well.
Yeah. It's such a complex
Need
discussion.
to make some more
it's-
eyes
Yeah.
opened
Yeah, that's right.
to these issues. Some people see these issues, you know, if they looked at the whiteboard here, thinking, you know, these are major cities. Well, these are all happening in our smaller communities, like
It
Timmins,
happens
the
everywhere.
Chaplows, the Wawa. It's happening right now,
Yeah, happens everywhere.
and it's unfortunate.
Another, a bit of a fun thing what's happening here is you had mentioned there's going to be some sort of eclipse.
Yep.
Now is this the eclipse? You should have seen his glasses last time there was an eclipse.
This is the one that you can look
I
at
thought
without protection. on
I
your
thought
eyes.
my lazy eye was going to get lazier, Kinsman, with the glasses that you gave me.
Mine are all prepared for the next.
But is
solar
this one of
eclipse.
these eclipses where we're or is it like, what do they call it?
You can wear. You
lunar
can just
eclipse?
wear. You look at it with the
Why don't
naked
we
eye.
yeah.
It's a lunar eclipse, so you could look at it. It's solar eclipse is the one you need the glasses for. Lunar eclipse, you don't need it.
So 6 o'clock. It's still dark at 6. Getting right. We're not.
But you said it happens later on in that
Yeah,
evening. though.
so the lunar eclipse is said to start occurring probably like close to midnight. So
Oh, okay.
it will be a late
We may-
night. It's gonna be a good night though. A good night.
So you're so the march starts at 6, and you're starting at Hollinger Park,
Yep.
and then you're marching to City Hall.
Yep.
Okay, and then you're encouraging people to bring signs. Like, how should people? I know dress. It depends on the weather, but should they bring anything with them? What should people
Just
do?
make sure you dress warm, and if
Yeah.
you have the resources to create your own poster, go ahead, create your own poster and bring it. And I already started creating a bunch, so I'll have some available for people who are going to be attending, but it's just making sure you're dressed for the weather. If you have a ribbon skirt, please wear your ribbon skirt. Bring your hand drums and, maybe some snacks, water, stuff like that. So just whatever you need to make sure you're comfortable for the evening.
And then the march starts at 6. You march to City Hall. So the event goes to about 7:30. Just, I know you probably don't have a timestamp to the end, but people are going to be.
Yeah, I don't have a time ending.
It's just.
It goes until it
because-
goes.
It goes until it
And
goes.
it depends too, like if there are, like I said, I'm going to be welcoming people to share their stories if they're comfortable. So depending on how many people want to share their stories and what kind of conversations spark up, like I don't know how long it could take.
Yeah. Well, it's an amazing thing that you're putting together now. It may be hard to see on camera, but you are wearing a fabulous, a beautiful. But now, who's pinned to your shirt?
So this is my grandma, and she's a residential school survivor. So she was taken out of her home when she was about 4.5 years old and put into residential school up in Moose Factory in Horton Hall, and she was there until she was about 16 years old. And then she got sick with tuberculosis a couple times and was hospitalized for like 18 months. And after that, she was adopted out. So like she pretty much outgrew residential school. And yeah, so I wear my grandma's pin. Unfortunately, she's not here in the physical.
Here in spirit.
Yeah, she's here in spirit. So I wear this as a reminder for her.
It's a beautiful tribute.
It sure
Remember,
is.
back to Moosoneem, I'm being flooded with memories. So they're very big on preservations of historical buildings. So remember when we went on the tour, like this building, and we preserved it, and this is where this used to be, and this is like museum-like, and we took care of this. And he's like, oh, that's where the residential school was. We burnt that down. Right? So like, I remember one of the Grand Chiefs speaking when Patricia Ballantyne came here, and he says, "This, reconciliation is a very serious matter, and we're here to talk serious issues." But he goes, "Never forget the laugh, because if it's all seriousness, then we're not going to properly heal." Yeah. And that really stuck with me too. So I took it when he told me, like we were discussing some serious things that happened there, but he threw in this joke, which I thought was like very
kind of lighten the mood a bit.
Lighten the mood. So they found this right balance. And I guess that the march is about that also, like finding a balance, because it's horrific things. So it's not all about a crisis and crying. It's also about laughing a little bit, meeting some new friends, healing a little bit. It's everything, right?
Yeah, and hopefully, like you had mentioned, maybe you'll meet someone there and they'll have actually a resource for you, or like some sort of answer or like help for you. So I'm hoping that everyone could really come together and just help each other out instead of spreading so much hate. There's too much hate, and we need to spread more love.
You're getting a lot of compliments on the tribute to your grandmother. And it's true. It's much more beautiful in person. And maybe we'd be able to take a picture of it and post it tonight. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Wonderful. I wonder how did you make that?
My mom made it.
Your mom's very talented.
Yeah,
It's a very nice tribute.
A lot of people would recognize her work.
Oh, okay. Your mom's obviously an artist.
Yeah, she beads earrings. So she made these earrings too, which is a red dress.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, most of my earrings is all from my mom.
Mark tried to make our button at the library and put our logo upside down.
I did not.
Yeah, that's right.
There's no upside down.
It finally said.
You just turn it around.
It finally said KLOMP and KINZ. I wasn't complaining. It was the right way, but it's very beautiful. So,
Thank you.
was there anything else you wanted to mention that we haven't had a chance to chat about?
Not that I could think of. I think we covered a lot.
Yeah.
Like we covered some of the topics that's going to be discussed and some of the reasons for it. And I just, again, if you're tuning in, it doesn't matter where you're from, I'm going to encourage you to start a march in your home community. It's going to be important that we all come together, no matter where you live. So if you're watching and you're up in Attawapiskat or from Toronto, if you want to join, you could do it in your own community. You don't need to, oh, I wish I could be there. No, start it up in your own community. You could do it. Look at me, I'm doing it.
And you've got no one helping you right now. This is all on you right now.
Yeah.
And if anybody watching wants to, lend some assistance to Naomi next Thursday, how do they reach out to you?
They can reach out to me on Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay, the link is on our comment thread.
Digital technology.
It's on there now.
Yeah.
Even on my personal Facebook too, we could put my name under there. And
Well, your name's tied to the group page, so people will be able to.
Yeah, they'll be able to find Naomi that way too.
I want to quote something from Bunny Sutherland. She says, "People don't have to care, but people also don't have to hate."
exactly.
That's such a great statement and sentiment you made, and that's
sure
very
is.
accurate. We hope people care,
And we hope
We
people
want
show up
people to
next
care.
Thursday
Yeah.
night.
but there
At
there
6.
is no reason to hate.
No.
So thanks for sharing that. Okay, so how about we do this? We're going to take a break. You should stick around because we're going to come back with our Wheel of Winning.
Wheel of Winning.
And maybe if you think of anything else you'd like to bring up you might have missed, then we can do that right after the break.
Sounds good.
Is that fair?
Sounds good.
All right, Ronnie, roll it.
Albert Seal and the Royal LePage crew have moved. Look for the Northern Realty leaders at their brand new home in your downtown at 120 Pine Street South. And save the date for Timmins Con 2025 at the MAC with the NOE, April 12th and 13th with Andrew Thomas, the cast of Spy X Family, Carve screenwriter Cheryl Meyer, Battlestar Galactica's Trisha Helfer, and Brampton's Batman. It's a weekend you don't want to miss. Get your geek on with all the details at northernontarioexpo.com. Fill your water jugs up at Canadian Tire Timmins with their water refill station. Ultra purified water, bring your own bottle or buy one for $10.99 with refills for only $2.99. Wash station available. Get your taxes filed today with Liberty Tax Timmins. They're the new tax crew in town. Breathe in and cash out at 25 Pine Street South. Stop in today or call 705-531-0070. Book an ultimate pizza party this March with Midtown Bowl. Up to 6 bowlers max, 1 pizza, 1 jug of pop or juice, and 6 $10 Fun Zone game cards for only $139.99. Also book a Friday night Rockin' Bowl, 705-267-3500. And the Timmins Canadian Mining Expo hits the MAC June 4th and 5th. It's where the world comes to explore. For more details, visit CanadianMiningExpo.com. Tickets are on sale now for the Timmins Comedy Festival. The Roast with Paul Bellini from Kids in the Hall. Comedy at the Dante Club with Dave Maherge. Also a free kids show with Magic Mel with Dare Timmins. And Win Cash with Cash Cab's Adam Grow at Timmins High. April 24th through 26th. Get your tickets now. TimminsComedy.ca. Stop in for lunch this week at Chow Sandwich Co. Delicious new goodies every single day. Hot sandwiches, soups, and a slice of cake and more. And try their espresso bar. Stop into 177 3rd Avenue in your downtown or have them cater your lunch. ChowSandwich.com. Supporting someone with dementia, the You First program equips care partners and healthcare staff with the skills to manage behavior changes and provide personal, one-on-one centered care. Inquire today with the Alzheimer's Society Cochrane-Temiskaming, 705-268-4554. And there's a meeting this week, Tuesday and Wednesday, at the Timmins Public Library. The objective is to bring about positive change for individuals living with intellectual disabilities in Timmins. All are welcome to attend. Looking for an all-natural cleaning product? Then try TNT's all-natural cleaning products. Safe for your kids and safe for your pets. Call today, 705-406-4578. The next Storm home game is this Saturday night, 7:30 p.m. at the Igloo when they take on the visiting Kirkland Lake Gold Miners. The boys try to keep their playoff hopes alive. Tickets on sale now, ifstormjra.com. For scratch-made, flame-fired, Neapolitan-style pizza, you need to try Sparks Pizza. Dine in today, 206 3rd Avenue in your downtown, or order online, sparkspizza.ca, and they deliver. A huge Fusion flooring sale is on now at J&R Custom Cabinets. Save 10% off on Dynamics Hardcore, Smart Drop, and Smart Drop Tile, Atlantis, and Fuse Guard, and more. Also receive a free laminate countertop with a purchase of a complete kitchen at J&R Custom Cabinets, located at 1150 Riverside Drive. Lucian Transportation is now hiring 310T, 310S certified mechanics and bus drivers. Bus drivers get a $2,000 sign-on bonus, and it's paid training. Drop off a resume today, 705-360-4090. With over 75 programs to choose from, enroll today with Northern College. Discover Northern at their open houses coming up April 5th at the Timmins and the Haleybury campuses. Book a tour today, northerncollege.ca. Need a caterer? Then try Attawapiskat Catering. They are the sole catering providers for the De Beers Victor Mine Site, 705-267-5547. And early bird summer camp registration is still on at Camp Bickle. Sign up today and save 10%. You can sign up online now at campbickle.ca. Happy 90th anniversary to the Schumacher Lions Club, serving and giving back to our community since 1935. To keep tabs on all the upcoming summer urban park markets and more, you need to start following the Downtown Timmins BIA. You can do so online, downtowntimmins.com. On the big screen at Imagine Cinemas this week, A Complete Unknown, Last Breath, and Mickey 17. For tickets and showtimes, log on to ImagineCinemas.com. Need a package moved today? Then call the best in the North, Robert Champagne at Timmins Courier Service. Locally owned and operated for over 45 years. 705-266-4285. No job is too big for Gord's Rentals. They have the tools to get your job done quickly and today. Rent it now, 705-268-7029, or stop in and see them, 778 Riverside Drive. For the best security in the North, it's Advanced Security Protective Services, the first and only First Nations-owned security provider in Northern Ontario, and they're based right here in Timmins, 705-267-5547. And check out this 7-bed, 4-bath beauty for sale with Jessica Gervais from Royal LePage or Northern Realty Leaders. Call for a showing today, 705-360-7000. Dare Timmins invites you for a free swim Saturday, March 29th, 1:15 at the Sportsplex. Tell your friends and save the date. Time to register your little ones for kindergarten this fall with the Northeastern Catholic District School Board. Book a tour today with Pope Francis or St. Joseph's School today, online, ncdsb.on.ca. And it's the final week of free skills with the PMHA for U9, U11, U13, and U15 current players. A big thank you to all the volunteers who helped sponsor these free opportunities for this year's players. Jackpot days are hot for the month of March at Jackpot Time Timmins. Win double-line prizes every single session at 251 First Avenue. And book a seat on board our first ever NHL bus trip to Ottawa. $665 per person, which includes Tisdale coach there and back, 2 nights hotel accommodation, and your Sens game ticket. Email us today, kinsandklomp@gmail.com. Follow Mel and Mel from the Connectors & Co. with the We Count Talk Show. Email the ladies today to be on an upcoming episode. info@theconnectors.ca. And follow the Timmins Majors as they head toward the playoffs. Online at timminsmajors.com. And March spots are filling up for a carpet clean, a strip and wax job with DAP Cleaning Solutions. Plan your commercial unit spring clean today. Call for your free quote, 705-465-3500. And it's the March in March coming up next Thursday night, March 13th, 6 p.m. at Hollinger Park, with the mission to ignite the light inside every individual. Help to deliver hope, understanding, wisdom, respect, love, courage, truth, humility, and bravery. Hope to see you there. And the Rock of the River lineup is within a few weeks of being released. Follow the TFAC crew online for all the details. You don't want to miss it. TimminsFestivals.com. She's the producer of Sportsman Channel Canada and Just Hunt Inc., Amanda Lynn Mayhew.
All right, Kinsman, so give us the details on the march.
Yeah, the March in March. It's the first of its kind next Thursday night, 6 o'clock, Hollinger Park. And it's put on by Naomi Fletcher, who is in our studio, 67 here tonight. And again, all are welcome to attend, Indigenous, non-Indigenous status, everybody, all walks of life.
Yeah.
Great. So we hope to see you out there.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're moving on to a magical moment. This is the Wheel of Winning, where you have an opportunity to win
$100 to Sparks Pizza down the street from us, 206 3rd Ave. Your chance to, this is some good eats. Snowstorms coming. If you're snowed in, guess what? They deliver.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
It's amazing
Get
pizza.
Sparks to cater dinner for you.
So here's what Ronnie does. Ronnie's going to play the video. And all right, rock and roll there, Ronnie.
What were you saying there? He rudely cut you off.
I don't care. He's playing the video. I give him
He
a
is,
thumbs
yes.
up.
That's what
it.
the people want.
He knows
what
they're here for the
looking
wheel,
for.
kids.
They're here to watch and win $100 to Sparks Pizza. Margaret Novakask is the winner.
Congratulations,
Congratulations, Margaret.
Margaret. So DM us your address.
And we'll get this $100 to her. Yeah.
Mark will drop it off tomorrow in his snowshoes.
That's it. Dog sled. If we need to, we've never missed a prize delivery on this show.
You got it.
That's it.
Well, thank you so much. Keep up the
Fist bumps
amazing
around.
work.
Naomi Fletcher.
Thanks for having
Always
me.
a pleasure having you in our studio. And again, if you want to take part in the March in March, it's next Thursday night, 6 o'clock, Hollinger Park, right at that sundial.
Yeah, and if it, the far end parking lot, I guess.
Okay.
You'll see them.
Well,
Kids.
just
Yeah,
the
you'll
parking
see
lot,
Naomi
you'll see
and
me. You'll see me.
a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't Central Park in New York. It's Hollinger Park. You'll see the group
You'll
of
see
people.
Naomi
Yeah.
there. And if you do want to reach out to her, you're looking for someone with a megaphone.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to need a megaphone. And if anybody else, like if you want to speak or share your story or anything, like feel free to message me. Or if you know someone and you want their story to be told, I'd be willing to tell it as well. So.
Great. Awesome stuff. And Naomi's contact information is on the event link that Ronnie shared.
It's right there right
that
now.
massive link that looks
Yes.
like mumbo jumbo. That's an actual link to a Facebook.
It's a
event
link.
page.
It's okay to click
Yeah.
on that.
It's right to Mark's
You're
bank
all right.
account. You can get yourself a coffee on the way home.
That's it.
All right. Thank you so much. So now you feel better about the storm now?
I do, yeah.
You gonna
The
send me-
storm tomorrow,
gonna
I'm
send
going to
me
be
a picture?
shoveling. Yeah, are
You
you
just-
setting the alarm extra early?
You're not going to send me a picture of the snow.
I
that-
am, yeah.
I know you.
Wait for the snow
Yeah.
post to come.
He's
and
like-
people already predicting a snow day tomorrow.
Wow.
Like, can
Duh.
schools just say, buses will not run tomorrow?
He always sends
But
me a
they
picture
don't.
of the snow.
They do it- they do it
Forgets-
in the morning.
Like we literally work at the same office. Hey, look at across the parking lot. There's snow. Okay, well,
Just in
I thought it
case.
was 26 degrees across the street. All right. Well, stay safe, stay warm. Good night. Have a beautiful
We'll
day.
see you tomorrow
folks.
night.
That look on your face, you wonder if you're just taking up space. I wear my confidence so wide, I feel the same, but you can't tell. I get it, you're unsure, we wait and see if you might meet the real me. Really don't know me,
No, you don't.
alone but not lonely.
Sometimes it's hard to see.
If you don't know me, you should get to know me now.
Should get to know me.
Should get to know me now.
Should get to know me.
Still making my case. You wonder if I just leave with no trace. I wear my crown, but you know I'm down. When you need me, I'll be around. I get it, you're unsure, but we wait and see if you might meet the real me. If you know you, like I know me, we can be somewhere in the middle to figure it out. You don't care, but anyway, really don't know me, really don't know me. Oh, lonely, but no, good. If you don't know without, if you don't know me, you should get to know me now. You should get to know me. You should get to know me now.
No, you don't. No, you don't know me.
It's Saturday night. Got a date with the woman I love. I'm gonna treat her right. She's the love of my life, that girl. She's always a step above anyone else I've ever met. I just can't get enough. The way that she shines blows my mind. She's everything